So, you're planning a trip to Dhaka, and you're trying to figure out the best place to stay. Your first thought is probably a hotel, right? But hold on. What if I told you there's an option that gives you way more space, a lot more comfort, and honestly, better value? We're about to dive into the world of serviced apartments and uncover one of Dhaka's best-kept secrets for your stay. And just so you know, all the info we're digging into today for this look at furnished apartment rentals comes from some really solid local sources, including places like banglamart.com and hotels.com BD. So you know you're getting the real story. Okay, let's start with a feeling I bet you're familiar with. You've had a long day of traveling, maybe for work, maybe with your family. You get back to your room, drop your bags, and boom, the walls just feel like they're closing in. We've all been there, haven't we? And that feeling right there, that's what I call the hotel room problem. It's something we've kind of come to expect, but it absolutely does not have to be your reality. I mean, really think about what you get, or rather what you don't get. You've got barely any space to spread out. There's no real kitchen, which means you're stuck eating out for every single meal. It can feel so impersonal, just another generic room. And if you're there for more than a couple of nights, whoa, those costs add up fast. Okay, so enough about the problem. What's the solution? Is there a smarter way to stay? An option that gives you the best of both worlds. All the comfort of home with the convenience you expect from a hotel. And that solution is the serviced apartment. Now, don't get it twisted. This is not just a fancy name for a big hotel room. Think of it as a complete, fully furnished apartment that's ready for you, whether you're staying for a few days or a few months, and it comes with all those handy hotel-style services. So, what does that really mean for you? Well, it means you get a real kitchen to cook in, not just a microwave and a mini fridge. You get separate spaces for living and dining, actual private bedrooms. And yeah, all the essentials like fast Wi-Fi, housekeeping, and maintenance, of course, that's all part of the deal. All right, it's time for the main event. Let's put these two options head-to-head in the ultimate showdown, apartment versus hotel. Let's see how they really stack up. And when you see them side by side like this, it's really a no-brainer, isn't it? We're not just talking about a little extra floor space. We're talking about having separate rooms, a place to work that isn't your bed, a kitchen that can save you a ton of money. It all just adds up to a way more comfortable, private, home-like experience. And here's the kicker. The longer you stay, the bigger these advantages get. For a quick overnight trip, maybe it doesn't matter as much. But for a week? A month? Oh yeah. The difference in comfort and how much you're saving becomes impossible to ignore. And hey, you don't just have to take my word for it. The data on what travelers actually choose for longer stays says it all. It's not even close. People are actively looking for that extra space and comfort that hotels just can't provide on an extended trip. Okay, so we've established that serviced apartments are awesome. We get it. But where in a massive, bustling city like Dhaka do you actually find the best ones? Well, let me let you in on a little secret, a real hidden gem. We're talking about Bashundhara residential area. So what's the big deal about Bashundhara R? I mean, picture this, a neighborhood in a giant city that's actually peaceful. It's incredibly well-planned, it's organized, it's super secure, yet you're still just a stone's throw from the airport and all the major business centers. It's that perfect mix of quiet and convenient that's so hard to find. So the big question is this the right move for you, for your specific trip? Let's break down exactly who this kind of stay is perfect for. If you're traveling for business, imagine having a quiet, dedicated space to work that isn't the edge of your bed. Total game changer. Bringing the family, that extra space and a full kitchen for meals, you know how huge that is. Remote workers, you get the comfort and the flexibility you need to actually get stuff done. And if you're relocating to the city, it is the perfect stress-free landing pad where you get your feet on the ground. All right, feeling like this might be the perfect fit? Awesome. Let's get practical. How do you actually go about finding the perfect serviced apartment for you? It's actually pretty simple. First, figure out your budget. Then, pick your spot. And you know why Bashundhara R is at the top of our list. Next, make a little checklist of the amenities you absolutely can't live without. Then, and this is super important, read those recent guest reviews. And one last pro tip. Don't be shy. Reach out to the property manager before you book and ask all your questions. You know, this quote from our source material just nails it. If comfort, flexibility, and a premium residential setting matter to you, serviced apartments are a smart and reliable accommodation choice. I couldn't have said it better myself. It's not just an alternative, it's the smart choice. So let's wrap this all up. What's the bottom line? You get way more space and privacy. You get all the real comforts of home, but with the convenient perks of a hotel. It's much better value, especially for longer stays, and honestly, it's simply the smart choice for your next trip to Dhaka. So I'll leave you with this one final thought to chew on. When you travel, why would you settle for just booking a room when you could have an entire home?